My wife, Emily, and I have been married for 15 years. We have two wonderful kids, a beautiful home, and what I always believed was a happy, loving relationship. Sure, we've had our share of ups and downs, but I thought we always worked through them until recently. About 6 months ago, something changed. Emily started becoming distant. She'd stay up late, texting, a sly smile playing on her lips, one that would instantly vanish the moment I walked into the room. When I'd ask who she was talking to, she'd brush it off with a casual, "Oh, just a friend from work." I'm not naive. I've lived long enough to recognize when something feels off. The late-night texts became more frequent, and Emily grew increasingly defensive whenever I questioned her. I tried to open up to her, to tell her how I felt. I'd say, "I'm feeling insecure. Is there something going on?" Her response? A laugh, a dismissive wave of her hand. "You're being ridiculous. Honey, relax." So I tried. I really did. I wanted to trust her, but that gnawing feeling in my gut wouldn't go away. Then I started noticing the little things. The way she'd jump when her phone buzzed. The hush phone calls she'd take outside. The subtle yet deliberate changes in her appearance, like she was trying to impress someone new. And then came the so-called work trip. Emily has always worked from home. Yet suddenly, she needed to go on-site for a few days. The whole thing felt rushed, vague, and full of half-answers. She avoided giving me details, and the alarm bells in my head blared louder than ever. That's when I did something I'm not proud of. One evening, while she was in the shower, I went through her phone. I know it was a breach of trust, but when I saw what was on that screen, my blood ran cold. It wasn't just a friend from work. It was Jackson, her manager. Their messages were explicit, disgusting, and filled with pet names. They had been sleeping together for months. The work trip? A romantic getaway. I sat there, reading message after message, each one a fresh knife to my heart. Every lie, every betrayal was laid out in front of me, undeniable and unforgivable. I felt rage. I felt heartbreak. But more than anything, I felt a chilling sense of clarity. I wasn't going to scream. I wasn't going to beg. No. I was going to take my time and ensure that she felt every ounce of the pain she had caused me. For weeks, I played the part of the oblivious husband. I smiled. I had breakfast with the kids. I went to work. I had dinner with Emily as if nothing had changed. But behind the scenes, I was preparing. I consulted a lawyer, gathered every piece of evidence I could find, and devised my next move. I wasn't just going for a divorce. I was going for everything. And then the day finally arrived. Emily walked through the door, same as always, kissed me on the cheek, and asked about my day. She looked so happy, so content. Seeing her like that, completely unaware of what was coming, made me sick. "I need to talk to you," I said, my voice eerily calm. She frowned, confused, as I handed her a thick manila envelope. "What's this?" "Open it." She flipped through the pages, her expression shifting from mild annoyance to shock. The first thing she saw, screenshots of her messages with Jackson, each explicit text carefully highlighted in red. Her face paled. Then she saw the bank records, the proof of her infidelity, the legal documents stating I had filed for full custody of our children, and finally the photograph. A crystal-clear image of her and Jackson checking into a hotel together, the same weekend of her so-called work trip. A private investigator had captured the moment, ensuring we had undeniable proof. She stood frozen, her breath ragged, her hands trembling as she processed everything. The self-satisfied smirk she'd been wearing for months? Gone. In its place was sheer horror. How did you?" she stammered. "I know everything, Emily," I said, my voice devoid of emotion. "Every single thing you did. Every lie. Every betrayal. And now, it's over." Her face crumpled. No, you can't do this. This is a mistake. We can fix this." I let out a cold laugh. "Fix what? The fact that you methodically destroyed our marriage? That you humiliated me, betrayed me, and lied to me for months? There's nothing left to fix, Emily. This is done." Tears streamed down her face as she desperately tried to grasp at straws. You're ruining my life, she wailed. That was it. That was the moment I let go of the last shred of patience I had left. You think I'm ruining your life? I hissed. You did this, Emily. You threw away everything we had. You made the choice to cheat. And now you get to deal with the consequences. The confrontation escalated. She begged. She pleaded. She screamed. She blamed me, as if somehow this was my fault. I stayed calm, detached, methodical. One by one, I laid out the legal documents, explaining exactly what I had done to dismantle her world. She was inconsolable. She called Jackson, screaming at him. Then she screamed at me. And then silence, because she finally understood. There was nothing she could do. I watched her spiral, and while it hurt to see, I won't lie, it was also satisfying. She had finally felt even a fraction of the devastation she had inflicted on me. Now I've moved out. The kids are with me. They're struggling with everything, and I'm doing my best to keep them grounded. I know this will affect them, and I'm committed to being the best father I can. The divorce is in motion, and I'm not backing down. My lawyer says I have a strong case, and I will make sure she faces the consequences of her choices. But still, a part of me wonders, did I go too far? Was my revenge justified? Or should I have handled things differently? Right now, I'm caught in a storm of emotions. Anger, relief, guilt. I don't know where to go from here. But one thing's for sure. This is just the beginning.